going to be a gorgeous day. It is a gorgeous day. The sun is out. Let's give you a little tour of the apartment that we've been staying at. It was £120 for 2 nights. There's another room in there, which is the master room. Now just showing everyone the tour of the apartment. You've got the kitchen, although we've not done any cooking. We've got nice living room, nice lighting, comfy sofa, and amazing how nice this weather is feeling today. The sun is out. Oh yes, I'm feeling that. Inquired about one of these apartments here to see, because they're actually being built all around this area, new ones. When I go out, I'll show you. The quality of the build is really good, solid build. And they're not high rises, they're like up to about, I think, 6 floors in total number of floors. This is the name of the residency. I'll show you. They're building these new ones here. These ones. That's the construction. Been here in Fez 2 days. It's been good, I'll be honest. The food around here is fantastic. We've not had any problems. I'll just show you the high street. The roads are quite wide. It looks like a lot of developments actually happening around here. So this must be quite a prime area and location. I was going to pop in here earlier. They got some cakes and stuff, but maybe a bit later. I need a coffee first. But this is the area that we're staying in. It's the park here, which we're going to go and hang out in. Just see what the coffee is in this place. This is called Classy. Just ordered a espresso and orange juice. It comes to 37 dirhams. It's about £2 something. So I said I'll just be back in a few minutes. I'm just going to go for a jog. But they got a full breakfast menu here. I think we're going to come back and have our breakfast here. But let's just get something in our stomachs just to warm ourselves up with. This is the park. We came here yesterday. It was a bit dark, so we couldn't really see much. There was some training equipment over there, doing some running. This area, they were saying, is quite affluent and quite expensive area. Good afternoon. Wow, it's a bright and beautiful day here in Fez, Morocco. We arrived a few days ago. Sophie I met when I was here in Morocco last. She speaks the local language. She's from Netherlands. She's been motivating me to kind of learn the language a bit more. I came to Fez to visit the Alif College, where I will be studying Arabic. I've met up with Sofie today. We're having some breakfast. Hey Sophie.
عطني واحد ديزيرت افيك خيار وعافيك واش نعطي واحد بلا بالسمن وعملوا واش هذا صغير
صغيرة
ثلاثة عافاك وممكن الفرماج كان لافاش كيري وانا بغيت واحد عصير بالليمون وافوكا ميلونجي.
What we ordered here?
Super delicious. Come to Morocco, eat this because it's delicious. Moroccan pancake. It's out of different layers, so if you can do this and you can eat it, and it's super nice, cream cheese, and then you can eat it with honey, or you can just dip it in amlou. This is like Moroccan peanut butter, but it's also like with argan.
I've had that one
it's
before.
Super nice. I love it. So,
Bon appetit, guys.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm 21 years old and I'm from the Netherlands. And I really love traveling, and especially to Morocco. I'm here by, how do you say this, coincidence? But then it turned out to be so nice that I wanted to come back more often. And I think it's the vibe here and the people, how people treat you, it's just so nice. I'm gonna stay here in total for 5.5 weeks because Ramadan is coming up and I want to experience Ramadan in Morocco.
And have you done Ramadan before?
Just once in the Netherlands, but I thought it would be a total different vibe to do it in an Arabic country.
How was your experience of Ramadan in the Netherlands?
Very interesting. I did not really know what to expect. I wanted to experience and learn everything, do everything that Muslims would do. So I learned how to pray, learned how to read the Quran. I did some tajweed lessons. I went to the mosque a lot. It was so special. I didn't know what to expect, but that month turned out to be one of the most beautiful ones I had. This month is very centered about discipline. So you work on yourself, you work on like your faith. But fasting is not just not eating and drinking, it's also not speaking bad things. I was also not listening to music. I stopped drinking caffeine. I was trying to be extra nice for people around me, to appreciate things more, and it really made me more aware of what I have and mostly the people that I have around me. I was just feeling so much love, and yeah, it really opened doors in me.
You were talking about your faith and your background. You were saying you were agnostic. What has attracted you to Islam? Why have you why is it Islam, not Christianity or not Judaism?
I think it was Muslims who inspired me to figure out more about the religion, to discover it, because I saw the way they live and their vision, the way how they treat others and their honesty. And first I thought it was a Moroccan thing, maybe cultural, but then in the Netherlands, one of my best friends, he's Egyptian, and he has such a pure heart, and he always does what's right without thinking, like no selfishness at all. And one time he bought a very expensive necklace for his sister, and then this cashier accidentally gave him two. I don't know why, but and then they exchanged Instagrams because he's a photographer, and then she DM'd him to ask him if he could please bring the necklace back. And his friend's like, oh well, technically you don't have to, you know, it's her mistake, blah blah. But he was like, no, I'm gonna take it back, no doubt. And I said, oh wow, didn't you even like consider to keep it? And he said, no, because it's my duty as a Muslim to do what's right, and this is right. That's just one small thing, but then I really realized like that's how he lives life, just by doing good because of his faith, and it feels good. Yeah, he's just so kind, and that's when I thought, oh, maybe it is Islam, not just a cultural thing, but it's Islam probably. So then I decided to go to the mosque for the first time in Amsterdam. That was
Which
exciting.
mosque did you go to then?
It's called the Mosque El Kabir. People there were super nice, and they taught me a bit how to pray, and also I watched some videos on YouTube.
What was your expectation before you went into the masjid?
Well, I was nervous because I didn't know how to act. Like I knew some things, that I should not wear shoes, and I wanted to wear a hijab. And I think I should, right?
Yeah.
But then I thought, when do I start wearing the hijab? Should I put it on before I enter, or is there like a dressing room thing, or what do I do? And then I walked past the school and I saw 3 Muslimas, like moms, at the school square, and I walked up to them and said, hi, excuse me, can I ask you something? This might be a bit odd, but I'm on my way to the mosque now for the first time, and I just want to ask you some things. And they were so nice, and one of the ladies walked with me to the mosque and she just explained some things. Yeah, so then I went in, and then I had my answer. So there was like a dressing room part. So then I took off my shoes, put them in a closet, and there were sets of hijabs and skirts to borrow. So I could just borrow that. I did bring a scarf myself, but then I had like the real outfit. But it was super welcoming, and I think it was also on a Friday. So there were many people, and I was there with the Jummah prayer. Yeah, it was special.
Where are you in your transition of, you know, I'm assuming you're going to embrace Islam at some point.
In my process, you mean?
Yeah. Are you still searching? Have you got the answers? Are you looking for something else?
Oh, I'm still searching. I felt so welcomed when I first entered, and they told me I could always just come whenever I wanted. Then I took tajweed lessons, and those were every Sunday. Also, there's a ladies group in that mosque, and they come together every 2 weeks on a Sunday. So I used to go to the mosque every Sunday, and then once in a week I had this get together with ladies, and we would just sit on the floor in a circle, and it kind of felt like a picnic in the mosque. So there would be food and drinks, and there's this very nice lady, Latifa. If she ever sees this, I really like her. She's so nice. She always prepares a certain topic that we're going to discuss. She also prepares different perspectives. So also from Christianity, what's in the books, how do Jews handle a certain topic, and how do we do it in Islam, and just talking about it. It feels so nice. I'm still learning, still exploring.
Know what the 5 pillars are? The first pillar is you believe in one.
La ilaha illallah. Yeah.
Muhammadur Rasulullah.
Salat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Salah is how many times a day?
5.
5 times, good.
Yeah. You have Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr,
Is the
Maghrib,
one after,
and Isha.
Correct.
And
well done.
also you can do the night prayer, which is
Correct.
Taraweh.
Yes.
And there's Hajj,
Yes.
Zakat, praying, going for Hajj, Zakat. Hajj is like the pilgrim's journey to Mecca.
What is zakat?
Zakat is, you can see it as charity, right? So when you help the poor. And I really like the mindset in Islam that even if you have just a few things, that you still would share it with people in need. I really love Morocco. I had a gap year and I went to Morocco and I just fell in love with the country, the people, the food, everything. And I'm also learning the language now. And when visiting, I created like my own group of friends here, so I have every reason to come back. Home is also a feeling. It already feels like home. So I have a house in the Netherlands with my family, which is super nice, but I also feel really at home in Morocco, and I would like to come here each year for some time. My main plan is to experience as much as I can, but also I don't really have a plan. So I'm gonna see wherever life takes me. I'm gonna challenge myself to experience many new things, to learn many new things. I want to visit mosques, help people, and really be busy with exploring more of Islam. I'll be traveling from Fes to Rabat in the area of Casablanca, Marrakesh, like Enmeter, Ouarzazate, and the countryside Bir Shedid in Casa. And after I'll go to Merzouga in the desert to finish Ramadan. It will be lovely, I think. No moon in the desert with all the stars.
And one last question. You're a female, very attractive, very tall, traveling Morocco. How do you feel? Do you feel safe? Do you feel people bothering you? Because a lot of women have this perception, Morocco, Muslim country, the men are going to terrorize you and you'll be assaulted, attacked, or what have you. How has it been?
Good question. So actually, I've been to Morocco, I think about 8 times now. And 2 times with my mom, and all the other times I went by myself. And it was perfectly fine, really. I feel safer here than in England, and I mean it. I feel very safe, and also I feel like people are looking out for me in a good way, you know. Even in the daytime, people are so kind and willing to help. I just feel very safe here.
I met Sophie in December last year, and it was a brief meeting. She did something remarkable when I first met her. I don't know if she remembers. She sang a song for us.
A song from
بغيت نغني ليك شحال من نغمة بغيتك تشوف ذال في قلبي وترتاح.
Tag along on my journey, you can find my handles in the description.
We're going to drop Sophie off to the Medina and make our way to the airport. That's the castle wall of the palace. There's a big Jewish community living in Fez, which I was quite surprised with, and they have their own area called Mela. Can't really distinguish who's Jewish and who's Muslim here. They just look very similar, and to be honest, like, they're Moroccans. They grew up here, they were born here. This tension in the world with Israel and Palestine, you know, people think that Jews and Muslims can't live together, but that's not true. All throughout history that we've lived side by side together, we lived in peace. We arrived at the airport, it's about 4:30. We're going to check in into the Ryanair and then get our boarding passes. One thing you guys need to remember is if you come to Morocco, they don't have mobile electronic boarding passes, so you have to print them out.